Everybody, how's it going? This is Joe. Welcome back to another episode of the Inside Our Phillies podcast. And today we're going to talk about the Phillies series. A lot of people are upset. The Phillies have won 2 of 3. They've lost 2 of 3 in Milwaukee, exactly as I think we predicted in the last episode. But people are not happy. And here to talk all about it, we have Jeremy, SJ Phil's fan. How are you, man?
Good. It's not exactly. I think we predicted we'd win the Sanchez start.
Yeah, they lost 2 out of 3, but in an unpredictable manner. I think that once you won one of the Painter or Nola games, you felt that there was a chance going into Sunday's start. But Kyle Harrison's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just hilarious how bad that Red Sox trade looks because they could have kept everything and come better off.
This is true. So how much of the reason why you think people are upset comes from the fact that the Phillies got shut out in 2 games and the offense kind of went back to looking pathetic, and how much of it do you think is because of like what the bullpen and especially Brad Keller did in the win on Saturday? Like that wasn't even something you could feel good about.
I think it's mostly the offense. It shut out 2 out of 3 times. Like it's not fun. It's often when I think I've said this like maybe 2 episodes ago, but it's just when they lose, it's the most boring thing to watch.
Just because of how predictable it is, you mean?
Well, no, just because they don't rally and they just kind of roll over. If they get shut out, they get shut out.
Yeah. I will say the exception to that was Friday night. I mean, seeing Jacob Mizorowski, I think it's the highest game score any pitcher has had in a game in a decade. I mean, you're not going to see many better starts than that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but my problem is with the way they went into that game with the offense. Why was Crawford swinging for the fences? Why wasn't he told bunt? Why was everyone told to choke up and just try to make contact? This is the problem I have with the offense in Kevin Long. They have no game plan ever.
Yeah. I mean,
88 pitches, guys throwing 100. It's pathetic. They couldn't make contact with it. I know it's 104, but
it seemed to me like their game plan going into that game was to try to draw at-bats out and kind of work Mizorowski, but he was throwing so many strikes that plan just...
he definitely was amped up to face Harper and Schwarber. I think that was really it.
Yeah. Especially at the end of the game, you could tell that he unlocked a new level to finish out the shutout. But
it's just pathetic that he throws 88 pitches and thank God Schwarber got that one hit. I predict it was gonna be a perfect game.
Hey, give him some respect. He threw 95 pitches.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I mean, how close were we to a perfect game, right? We were one Kyle Schwarber single away from a perfect game Maddox with 15 strikeouts.
Yeah, I forget. Did someone get hit? Also, someone get double play afterwards? I don't remember.
No, there was just the double play after Schwarber's single, and there was nobody else that reached base the entire game.
Yep, 27 batters faced. Yeah, insane.
To me,
yeah, I know Milwaukee fans get tired of everyone just saying, "Oh, if it's his arm," but if he can continue to throw 104, he might be the best pitcher of all freaking time.
Yeah, and people have done it. Maybe not as a starter, but Chapman has stayed healthy as a reliever.
Nolan Ryan's but it's debated though. What was Nolan Ryan's actual velocity? But the fact was he was throwing 200 plus pitches at 95 plus. That is not. It was at least 95, and the fact he was doing that 200 plus pitches a night is the insane part.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. It might be the closest competitor at this point to
because it's highly debated what Nolan Ryan's actual speed was and everything. But he was we definitely had it. He was definitely high 90s.
Yeah.
But Mizorowski definitely couldn't throw as many pitches as Nolan Ryan. So Nolan Ryan is definitely in terms of ability, Nolan Ryan is the best all time. I don't think anyone could debate that.
He's up there. He is definitely up there.
I guess physique, body,
A couple of things that I thought was interesting, right? Sanchez, I don't want to say he struggled on Sunday, but he was definitely not himself, allowing those 4 runs. But seeing like the split in the Cy Young odds when you look at like, prediction markets, kind of wild. Heading into this series, Sanchez was the slight favorite in the prediction markets, roughly like 37% to 32%. Now coming out of the series, Mizrowski is up closer to 55-60%, Sanchez around 25%. So Mizrowski's like a pretty strong favorite for the Cy Young after, that incredible start that he had on Friday and Sanchez's middling one on Sunday. And I think that's hard to disagree with at this point.
Yeah, but like, if we just want to talk about that, this is how the fourth inning when he gave up the 3-1s went. Single to shortstop, which should have been an error on Turner. So that was 78 miles an hour hit. And then a single up the middle. And then a home run. So, like, it was it was 2 out with the home run. So he should have been out at the inning.
Yeah. And it was jarring to see that home run, too, because you don't see balls get hit hard in the air hardly ever off of Sanchez.
Yeah, I mean, it was Blake Perkins' first home run, too. It was just a weird, yeah. But that inning should have been, yeah. So, still though, like, yeah, he wasn't the sharpest because of that inning, but only gave up 4 runs. So, like, yeah, so the offense just can't score. It's just we would have lost 1-0. Doesn't matter.
Right. It's pretty ridiculous, I think, for somebody to be upset at Sanchez, right? Like, I don't think people are, but like,
yeah, it wasn't like he got blown up. That was just it was a okay game. Like, those games happen. And then, but the Brock, I mean, something that I keep talking about is just Marchand's game calling ability, because his defense alone we know is great. I mean, that throw to get the guy was insane.
Yes.
I never like seen it like but the broadcast was saying like Sanchez was calling off Marchand, and then it was a ton. Like they'd never seen Christopher Sanchez do that. So, in Marchand's ear rate with all our starters is terrible.
Yeah, I think that this was something that I used to push back on you against, right? Like maybe Marchand just doesn't know how to call a game. But I think I've been turned over to your side. Like at this point, I think the evidence is just too strong to suggest that. I don't know. Maybe it's just Realmuto is that good, but at the very least, Marchand is not doing a good job.
Yeah, do you have like on JT's off days? Do you just have him like send the pitches to Marchand? Like,
yeah, why not, right? Or maybe the answer is like Stubbs playing more. I mean, I know that Marchand is better defensively than Stubbs, and there's
but Stubbs is no slouch.
No, Stubbs is no slouch. He still has a good pop time and everything like that, and his bat his arm strength is certainly better.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Stubbs make incredible throws a second, and then.
I mean, Marchand could be making a trip to the 7-day injured list, so we might be getting some, Stubbs action coming up in the next little bit, anyways.
Yep.
So now, like looking at the offense, I think the guy that most people are talking about here is Trey Turner, who had a pretty bad series, 1 for 13, a bunch of strikeouts in there as well. He looked bad defensively, as you mentioned. He had that one should have been error. He had another error, in the third game of this series as well. What do you make of Trey Turner, and what do you do with him?
You bench him. Play Sosa. You just play Sosa. Bench him for a week. Give him. I don't know what else you can do. But like Schwarber is so much worse because they don't care about Turner behind him.
Yeah.
And Harper is doing well with Turner in front of him, but so like he's swinging at everything is insane. It's he needs to not play for at least a series. Just
I'm with you. I mean, the thing that makes it tough is like the Phillies are already stretched quite thin right now.
We need to
regularly play left.
Yeah, we need to mention that they came back. Garcia's out for the year.
Yeah, it's like some kind of biceps thing or something like that, right?
Yeah, he tore the full muscle tear in the shoulder lat area.
Yeah, like my initial impression watching the injury was like, well, it can't be that hard to replace what Adolis Garcia does. But then you look at like the potential options the Phillies have to replace him and that they are replacing him with. And it very could and probably is going to get worse.
Yeah, and his defense. I don't. Yeah, I mean, War is so hard to deal with defense, but his defense alone is worth his streaky bat. Like, in the, just like the throw that he got hurt on, that was a beauty.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame. I'm gonna miss seeing his right field. It seems like his season at this point pretty much done. But I guess farewell and fair seas to Adolis Garcia. I have a question for you about the offense. No looking, no cheating. Now, this is including everybody that has played for the Phillies this year, even bench guys, people that have played for a couple games, whatever. It's a number answer. How many hitters on the Phillies have a positive WAR this season? Even somebody with like a 0.1 baseball reference WAR counts.
2?
It's 4. Marsh.
Okay, so wait. Marsh, Schwarber, Harper. Is it just JT by the fact that it's just catchers?
It is JT.
Yeah. Catcher WAR is fun.
After that, you have Sosa with 0 WAR, Derek Hill with 0 WAR, and then literally everybody else is already negative. Somehow Rincones is negative after just playing 1 game. Trey Turner has negative WAR right now. Crawford does. Alec Boehm does. It's jarring. I mean, this is not the way offenses are supposed to work.
Yeah. Yeah, the offense is just plain bad.
Yeah. And Harper, he's been fine, but the defense at first base has been so bad that he only has 1.4 baseball reference WAR on the year. So he's on pace for somewhere around 3 baseball reference WAR, which, that's a fine season, but it definitely, I think, isn't what people were going to be hoping out of Bryce Harper going into this year.
Yeah, I'm happy with Harper's output. I think it's fine.
I mean, it's fine, but the offense is this bad. You know that there is, or at least in the past has been more in Harper. That's not.
Yeah, but from what we see, like, the OPS is 860. Like, he can't do everything. Even if he was on a tear more, he can't do everything.
You're right. It's a good point. So who do you put most of the blame on for this offense?
I mean, besides Kevin Long.
Besides Kevin Long.
Okay, well, Turner, Boehm, Stott.
I'd say Turner, Boehm are the main 2. Stott, I think there were mixed opinions on how much he could provide. But like Boehm,
it's. I mean, it's just like Stott and Turner seem to come up with people around a lot. That's the like.
That's true. No, that is true. Turner's the main one, though. I mean, in my opinion, like Turner is the guy that you're like.
Yeah, I mean, just based salary expectations alone, yeah.
Sure, and the fact that this is the guy that won a batting title last year, and this year.
Yeah. So I know. I don't believe it's ability problem. I believe it's on his neck problem. It's his head. His head's he's fucked up in the head right now.
And is that why you said you think he just needs like a break?
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. I mean, I was going to say it worked for Boehm, but like I don't know if it really worked for Boehm considering, he's still having
it was very hard for Boehm to be worse than what he was before that rest.
Yeah. He's just kind of been about replacement level since then, which to be fair is a pretty big improvement from the way he started in the first couple months of the season.
I mean, his OPS in May was 812, and his OPS so far this month is 711. So that's basically what. Yeah, he's Boehm.
Yeah. If Trey Turner could be Trey Turner, I think that would help the offense out quite a bit. But
yeah, it's just his. Yeah, it's his swing up. He's not giving him a chance at his top at the plate. He's just swinging at everything. So it's nothing to do with like his making like he's not taking good chances on anything. So yeah,
Here's
I'm
the tough
rambling here, but you know
question.
what I mean.
Do you think that Trey Turner is going to figure it out? Like, I have a hard time seeing it right now, even though I hope he does.
I, I wouldn't be surprised if he figures it out, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he's just way better next year.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to the point with age where I don't know if you can expect that. Like, I think the physical tools are still there, right? Like, he still has
Yeah, that's
elite
what I'm saying.
speed.
Yeah, but it's also it goes back to the coaching. Turner hasn't bunted since 2018.
Yeah.
Why aren't they telling him bunt? It's this game plan. What is Kev like this game plan? What is Kevin Long doing with the game plan? We need someone else to. It's just so frustrating.
I mean, someone with his skill set should certainly know how to bunt a baseball, right? Like that's
Yeah,
not
and if you're batting 212, you need to bunt more.
right. I mean, this is a man that has an OBP less than 270. It's the lowest on base percentage of his career by 26 points right now. And the only time it was lower was like his cup of coffee 2015, where he played for 27 games.
Yeah.
But other than Turner, is there anybody that you're pointing to and you're saying like, hey, this is somebody that I can really expect is going to get better offensively?
I don't know. I mean, if we could talk about like those trade targets I brought up to you when Garcia went down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, hold on, let me find them.
Well, I'll talk about the one that I like the most of the ones you listed
Yeah,
first.
sure.
Brian Reynolds was one you listed. This is somebody that we brought up
Yes.
last year around the trade deadline,
Yep.
and the argument then was he's declined for X years in a row, and look at his age, and my response at the time was he's still a lot better than the other right field options the Phillies have had, and he is not getting paid that much, and he's still younger than most of the team. And all of that's still true. And he's having a bounce back year where, he is a right-handed hitting right fielder with a 131 OPS plus this year, getting paid like, what, $18 million? He has a lot of control left, which, you could view as a positive or a negative, considering he's now at his age 31 season. But I'd be all over it if the Pirates are sellers, which, will they be?
Uh, it's hard to know, but their bullpen is atrocious and is actively costing them games. In the Pirates' record right now, they're 500 now. They're 3-7 last 10. They're definitely falling, so it is possible that they do just keep free falling and fall out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not ruling that out in the slightest, but if he is available, I'd be all over it because I don't think he would cost a ton because of his age and because of the years of control. But I view that personally as a positive.
Yeah, yeah, it's might as well. He'd definitely be more solid than anyone for those years that we can get in the market. Like, there's no good. He's a switcher. There's no good bats. So
Yeah.
yeah. So the other three names that I suggested: Spencer Steer, Hunter Goodman, and Josh Young. So
Pick
obviously
one. Who do you
Goodman
want
and
to talk about
Young.
next?
Probably Steer. He'd probably be the cheapest.
Okay. Tell me about Spencer
Yes.
Steer.
Yeah. So he's on the Reds. He plays first base, left field, third base, and I think he's played a little bit of right field. Yes, 3 7 9 4 and 5. So he's played all over this year. Uh, got an OPS 763. He has 10 home runs, batting 251. Slugging is 430. OPS at 330. And if we go to let's go like this year, his splits against lefties this year, OPS of 1000. And his career is OPS at 830 against lefties. So
Yeah, sounds good
he's
to
20.
me.
He's 20. Yeah, he's 28. He I hate how Baseball Reference handles free agent. Like, it says free agent 2029, but that means after the 2028 season. So we have 2.5 seasons. So it would so 2.5 years of control. He's not elite, so it shouldn't cost everything to get him. But he's young. He's 28. He won't be 29 till December. So 2.5 years of a guy. So like like this is something that you would trade like a Escobar for, and maybe Gage would even just because the need. And then yeah. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I
And he could,
definitely.
like also third base for next year, replace Bump.
I mean, the Phillies are going to need like an Edmundo Sosa replacement in like the medium term because
That too.
I think he's probably not going to be on the team next year, right? Someone's going to pay him to start, and the Phillies probably will not do that. So I like Spencer Steer just kind of to play hopefully a lot of corner outfield this year, and then hopefully the Phillies can kind of figure out the long-term corner outfield solution because I don't know if I would want him there, longer than this year, but I think he can certainly fill in the Edmundo Sosa role for the next 2 years after this year.
He could definitely start at third base next year.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good
so,
point. He could be the holdover that lets you dump Bohm.
Yeah. And then next, like Hunter Goodman, he would definitely be the most expensive. He's 26 for the Rockies. He's catcher and right field. But he's 20. He hits better away from Coors. That and yeah, he's 26. Like you can keep him in right field, back up JT, and then transition him to be the starter. To give it JT, he would definitely cost a lot. You have to give up Gage Wood and stuff, but yeah, it's got big power, versatile.
I question if a Gage Wood package would be enough for Goodman.
It'll be Gage Wood, Escobar, and something else.
Yeah, and the question that we're all going to have to ask ourselves. I mean, I love Hunter Goodman. Don't get me wrong. I think he would definitely help the team. He in a lot of ways, right? Like it's a good fit. But the one thing that I question is this team worth giving up that big of a trade package to go get somebody?
Is this team are our prospects worth keeping with our development system?
I mean, that's also true. I mean, you could argue that they're a team that's fucked in 3 years anyways, right? So you might as well.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, he's young. He's 26 right now. If you sell the farm now, he'd probably be better than anyone that we could develop. Just the way things are, guys are hitting.
Yeah. How do you feel about the farm? Like, are you like a big Gage Woodhead?
I am not sold him as a starter.
I would agree. I mean, I think that he would be a dynamite reliever, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, I am not.
On to a relief
I'm
pitcher.
not sold on him as a starter just because of the shoulder. Yeah. And just I am not sold on him as a starter yet. And then
Arun Escobar's value has got to be super low right now with how bad of a year he has put together.
I know it. He's just number 78 overall by Baseball Prospectus coming in this year, but his OPS is 614 right now. He's still only 21. So, the whole Reading the whole team is just slumping.
Which in Reading is a weird thing to see. I mean, Arun Escobar has value. It's not like that he has no value, but I think right now, if you trade him, you're probably
saying if Fernando Martinez can have so much value for many years for the Mets and be the most terrible prospect in the minors every year he was in the minors, Escobar can be traded.
Yeah. I mean, he's just probably like the equivalent value of like a second tier prospect right now, not like I don't think you're getting top 100 prospect value out of him if you trade him right now.
Yeah, you probably want top 150.
Yeah, maybe top 150, top 200, something like that. But still can get you a decent player, especially if you combine it with other guys.
He's talked about headline. The headline would have to be Gage Wood.
Yeah, for Goodman for sure. So, yeah, who is the fourth guy that you want to talk about?
Yeah, so Josh Young with a J. So
tell me about Josh Young.
Yeah, so he's on the Rangers. He was eighth overall in 2019. Bats variety. So the thing with him is he's having his first his best OPS year, 831 right now. His highest previously was his rookie year when they won the World Series at 71. In the past 2 years, he was pretty bad. He hit 14 home runs last year, but his OPS was 684. So the hard part would be getting the Rangers to part with. He is 28, so he's not super young, and he was a college bat. But the thing is, he's a free agent after 20, so 2.5 more years. I don't think he only has 8 home runs right now, so he's not a superstar player, and the Rangers probably wouldn't be opposed to trading him for like a package of prospects just because the whole team is kind of falling apart.
Yeah, the AL West though is not
Yes,
great.
I know.
Right, the Rangers are 1 game back of the division lead, and right now they're tied with the A's for the final playoff spot in the American League. So you could probably convince them to sell, but I don't think they're going to be rushing to sell. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So my thing was I was looking for right-handed bats that could hit lefties that weren't superstars and had control. So you could give a big package, but they're not old. I mean, Reynolds is the oldest at 31, so he would cost the least because we would take on the contract. Pirates, ideally, that's how it would go down. We would give up maybe just like Gage Wood.
I don't even know if it would cost you Gage Wood to get Reynolds.
Yeah, you might not even have to do that. Yeah, so the thing is, so we can get a guy under 30. The other guys are all under 30 for 2+ years of control. So if you give up a big package of our prospects, those guys are 2+ years away anyway, and our prospects pipeline has sucked. I would like get a guy who's actually good and fits needs positions that we need. So it just makes sense. It's not like we're getting old guys. Like these guys are young; they would be able to stay around, and they're not superstars.
Yeah. Of the 4, who would you most prefer? Like, considering the prospect capital, like who's like number 1 on your wish list?
Spencer Steer.
Steer? Okay, it's interesting. I would probably either go Josh Jung as my number 1, or most likely, I think it's probably Reynolds as my number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Reynolds. Yeah, I guess position him. Yeah, Reynolds switch hitter, outfield. Yeah, but yeah, but based on like what it would cost to get and the potential returns in the future, Steer is, I think, the best option.
And Steer probably would cost the least, as you were saying earlier as well. Yeah. So around the rest of the team, I know another thing that people have been talking about is the bullpen. You're hearing a lot of people say that Kerkering's role and Keller's role should be swapped in the bullpen.
I have thoughts on that.
Sure, go for it.
Are we forgetting that Kerkering is the least clutch reliever we've ever seen on this team in quite some time?
So you'd keep Keller there? You'd keep Keller as a setup guy and have Kerkering be like a 6th, 7th inning guy?
Yeah, we just I mean Keller was doing pretty well for a bit and then blew up again. But we've seen too many times with Kerkering. I just like if you're gonna bring Kerkering into the 8th inning, he can't come on runners on.
Yeah, I mean Kerkering, you can't give him a 30 inning in general, right? Like he needs clean innings.
He's exactly. So I could just be scarred. I've been hurt before. Can't trust again.
For me, like I probably would make the swap for Kerkering right now, just because I have no problem riding the hot hand in the bullpen. But I definitely think that Keller has to get demoted. Not down to you can't demote him AAA. I'm just saying set him down in the pecking order a little bit. And Alvarado and Banks really like I don't know, like is Tim Meza like who should be the Phillies' number 1 lefty out of the bullpen at this point? Maybe.
Yeah, definitely not Banks.
No, yeah, Banks is.
He can't throw strikes.
No, he can't. I mean, well, we're probably pretty close to Backus coming back. Maybe he would be the number 1 lefty. Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, Backus is could be able to. Isn't he activated? Was he activated optioned, or is he still not activated yet?
I don't think he's activated yet, but I think the reports are it will be pretty soon.
Yeah, I would option Banks, DFA Banks, whatever pockets back.
You can option Banks. You don't have to DFA him. So that seems likely just
But
to keep.
how many years does he have? Do we have to get his permission though?
No, no.
Really?
He can just be straight up optioned.
Oh, is it 5 years?
He was such a late bloomer that even though he's like well into his 30s, he has not had
his
all that
rookie
much
was 30 years
time.
old.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, to me, I think that this is
Oh yeah, so yeah, it's 5. Yeah, it's 5 years. So yeah, he doesn't have 5 years yet. Yeah, okay, yeah, just option Banks. That's the easiest solution, and then hope Banks can work it out in a stress-free environment and give Bacchus a chance.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Other than that, it's frustrating me how we're not experts, right? We like to talk about baseball, all that kind of fun stuff, but we're not experts, and it's frustrating to me that so many of the things that we have been discussing for months and months, going back to before the season started, are what's coming back to bite the Phillies now. Everybody knew they didn't have enough right-handed hitters, that their outfielder wasn't good enough, and that the lefties in the bullpen weren't going to get the job done. And that's exactly the problems that the Phillies are running into now. Other than that, they have a good rotation, at least a good top half of the rotation. The top of the order, as far as Schwarber, Harper, they're doing their jobs. Bullpen for the most part, pretty good. It's just this team is so predictably deficient in a couple of really key areas.
Yeah, and I mean the expanded playoffs kind of makes it harder just because there are less teams selling.
Yeah, yeah. And it also increases the cost, right? There's fewer available, and the decrease in supply increases the price, and it makes it hard. And me personally, I know you said that you would be more willing to trade guys, and I don't know if I'm there. Um, I'm really deep down questioning if I want to give up anything for this team. I see the logic in that, like, if you're going to suck in 3 years anyways, you might as well just, go all in, whatever. But I don't know if I want to dig deeper, and I'm a little worried that like this is just like the sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, some cost. Yeah, it's just always funny whenever like you have a front office change, then they get rid of all the bad people.
I mean, we need front office change, or we need some kind of
We
change.
do.
It's like a very apparent that like doing the same thing every single year is not working.
Yeah, just, yeah. I mean, if I could just take back one contract, it would be Turner's.
Yeah, yeah, that's going to be a really bad contract that's kind of holding them back, probably for quite a long time. Um, do you have anything else today? I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I've been like let's talk about Andrew Painter's struggles, and everyone's saying the world record is with him. But I like to put I made this argument for multiple times, and I've gotten downvoted on the subreddit when I bring it up. But I do not care. When he has been in pitching, we if you look at his numbers, the first time through is pretty good. He maybe will give up a run at most. Doesn't get crushed until the second time through. So he doesn't go more than he hasn't really gone more than 5 innings ever. And so the time when he has been pitching in the game, the offense has scored for him more than 2 runs twice and more than 1 run 3 times. With his struggles, he's a young pitcher, you know, star all growing up. You have the expectations, then you struggle the first time. It is known in sports psychology that can be hard for players. So we have a rookie who is struggling mightily, first time truly his professional career, and he has to pitch perfect. And he clearly it will just be nice to see our veteran team try to back up their rookie. And And if they like I see people say, oh, like why would they bother getting into the game when they know Painter's pitching? It's just because he's a rookie and they should back up their guy.
Yeah. I agree with that to some extent. I think that even taking that out of it, he has not pitched well enough, and
I agree. But people make it seem like he is the sole reason they've lost every game that they start, besides like his major league debut. But the offense has gotten shut out or scored one run in the vast majority of his games, and so it wouldn't matter.
Right, it's both, right? Like they're not picking him up,
Yeah.
and he's also not picking up the team.
Yes.
With Painter, I don't know. There's a few. I like what they tried to do with the opener. I think that made a lot of sense, truthfully, with Painter to make things a little bit easier for him. But
I did wish they didn't use Banks.
Sure, yeah, but I mean that goes back to the lack of lefties that they have.
Yeah.
But I know it sounds crazy, but I would almost rather have Alan Ronell start every fifth day than Painter at this point. This team, I don't think, can afford to have a starting pitcher with like a 6.5 ERA, and Ronell might be better than that, and I am curious to see if it will be better than that.
I'm not convinced that that we would have that much of a better record, maybe 2 games more at most. And I think they think it's worth for him to work with Cotham this whole time. That's my opinion behind it.
I mean, he could Cotham, even if he was in Lehigh Valley or whatever. I'm sure he would still be having conversations with Cotham.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Yeah,
not like every day.
Yeah.
Now, what they could do is give him an extended break up to the All-Star break and have him go to AAA and just relax a bit and run hell up for that.
Yeah, that would work, just to reset him a little bit. I think at the very least you have to separate Nola and Painter in the rotation again.
Yeah, I think it was a disservice to have him go against. They should have had Nola go against Mizorowski.
Yeah. I mean, it goes to show you, though. I feel like you hear a little bit too often, like, oh, like it's a young pitcher. Young pitchers are usually not good. They go through struggles. Look at Roy Halladay and Cole Hamels and stuff like that. But for each one of those guys, you can come up with like 10 starting pitchers that just flamed out and were not what people thought they were going to be. And I don't know. You'll look at like Andrew Painter, and he has like one of the worst, if not the worst, ERAs for like qualified rookie pitchers.
Yeah, no, his results are abysmal. I'm not going to throw that. He has been terrible.
Yeah, and
I just think the team could help him out more. That's
without a doubt, right?
No, I don't know if you listened to the Philly show recently, but they had Chad Durbin on, and he talked about his experience coming after Tommy John surgery. It took him multiple years to get that control back, and his thoughts on Andrew Painter. I recommend people listening. I'm not going to spoil anything just because it deserves to listen to.
Chad Durbin, very interesting. It's a good call. Good call out.
Yeah. So just a quick taste of it. He's just saying what we're seeing. Painter is more aiming right now because he's trying too hard. And that home run Painter gave up looked like he was aiming that slider. Yeah. Which I am shocked that went for a home run. Like that did not look like a home run.
Yeah. I mean, another thing you hear people say is like, oh, it feels like the Phillies are the only team that gets like punished for when their starting pitchers make a mistake. Which it does feel like the Phillies get punished quite a bit for the mistakes that they're making, but I don't know if it's like.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more our hitters don't punish the other pitchers' mistakes.
That's a good point. That's actually a great point.
That's why it feels that way. It's like, oh, you made a bad pitch, it got crushed. We see our guys foul off, grounded foam every time and pitch in the middle, ground ball. That's the problem. We don't punish pitchers. I don't think we get crushed that hard. Yeah, it just seems like we do because our hitters can't crush.
Yeah. No, that's true. And for what it's worth, Painter does have the worst ERA of any qualified starting pitcher, rookie starting pitcher. Imai also has a 6.43 ERA, but I don't think he's qualified. He's only pitched like 35 innings, a little less than half of what Painter has thrown this year. So I think for the next guy that's qualified, you have to go to Sproat, who has a 5.7 ERA. So, Interesting stuff there. But are you ready to look ahead to the next series?
Yep.
Cool. We have an interesting series coming up against the Marlins of Miami. Ryan Gusto going against Zach Wheeler tonight, Monday night. Tuesday, we have Jesus Luzardo, the former Marlin, going against the former Philly, Tyler Phillips. And then Wednesday, we have Andrew Painter going against Sandy Alcantara, who has had ups and downs this year, but has overall been middling. This is a series you hope the Phillies win 2 out of 3, right?
Yep. But I expect Tyler Phillips to no hit us.
Yeah. That
He's got the kind of stuff that we just cannot hit. He's mediocre, which is
Tyler Phillips' ERA this year is 186. It is crazy.
Last year was 278.
Yeah, I mean, he might actually be okay.
But I think if you look at all the metrics, it's more of a little bit of luck. Yeah, his FIP last year was 4.14. FIP this year is 3.5.
Yeah, he doesn't strike out a lot of guys
this year.
No.
Yeah. So he definitely has some of the luck good sign, but he could just be one of those guys that does that. But of course, like, we give up on him, and then he does this.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to record after this series. Actually, it's a day game. I might be able to if we want to get to like a late Wednesday night recording because I'm flying out Wednesday night. So I probably could record depending on like the time on Wednesday. But
yeah, sure.
If not, we'll figure something out. But thank you for joining today, Jeremy.
Of course.
Thank you everybody for listening. We will talk to you all again real soon. Hopefully the Phillies win 2 out of 3. Thank you for listening.